Christmas to you. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. My goodness, what a pleasure. In fact, let me change my wording. What an absolute pleasure. As we look at Ingresso Cibernetico 2015 approaching 2016, it's good to see all of you guys from everywhere. I think I've seen a little bit of Philippines, Norway, and of course, the Netherlands over there. And we're hoping to see you guys over there in January/Feb in the Netherlands. Great to see everyone tonight. Oh my goodness, yes. God bless you guys. I am personally, I just found out yesterday I need to be in the States for 12 to 14 weeks as I undergo some things here. And I am excited about the direction we're headed with Ingresso. But what's more important is, first of all, hello to you guys. I hope you and your families are doing well. I am hoping to provide some clarity for you guys tonight about the direction we're headed with Ingresso. And in fact, what's going on behind the scenes? Where is our attention and why it's there and not where it's not where everybody else's is or not where every other company's is. So certainly good to see you all. So what I'm going to do, I was going to actually use the vMerge. I'm going to actually use Google tonight because I'm going to use slides. But as we do this, I wanted to send my love to you guys and let you know that yes, you guys are in our thoughts and prayers, and we thank you for doing the same with us, as we actually are people and have families and children. And in some cases, like me, I'm the oldest guy in our group. I have a grandchild, and so we are people and have families too. We are proud to say that while here at Ingresso Cibernetico, that we take and we rechannel the funding and the money back to the members. You're going to hear tonight about specific changes that we are making to be able to provide you more. We have seen a lot of things happen over the last 4 years, and in that time period, we have learned a great deal about patterns and behaviors of users, patterns and behaviors of those who may attempt to scam or fraud, patterns and behaviors that we can actually leverage the patterns and behaviors to actually provide more for you, and you'll hear about that tonight. So it's good to see you guys from all over, all of my friends from Europe, the Philippines, the United States, Canada, wherever you're from. God bless you. And certainly we've got some things to cover. So without taking too much longer, yeah, see, I told you Canada, I knew it. It's good to see you all. Let's go ahead and do this. You guys are going to have to help communicate with me and let me know when you can see my screen. I don't have my typical team members on with me tonight. So what I want to do is Baton Rouge. Let me see if I can just expand what I have here rather than to turn it up. Let me go ahead and see what happens if I do this. Present with speaker notes, present in new window. I don't think I want to do that, do I? Present from the beginning. Let's see how this looks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test before we begin. All you're going to have to do is let me know if you see it. So I'm going to go to the first slide, and then I'm going to actually close it and come back to it in a few minutes. But let's go ahead and do this. I call this the CEO address only because there are things that's imperative that I'm able to convey to you, as we have things that we need to discuss with our family. We call you guys our family. And so as we do that, I need to update you on some things related to updates related to products, updates related to member guidelines, updates related to security, updates and projections related to where we're headed and why we're not taking the same route that everyone else takes. Some of you know, if you've been here for a while, you know that's not our route. We don't believe necessarily to jump on every bandwagon that every company is on. And you'll hear more about that. Over the last few years, we've heard everyone come out and say, look, why don't you do it like this company? This company's doing it this way. And then in less than 6 months of them saying that, the company's out of business. We don't want to do knee-jerk reactions. We don't want to operate from the standpoint of what I call emotional standpoint, or being prisoners of the moment, we want to operate out of principle centeredness to make sure what we're doing is based on the principles that we started the company with. So there will be times that that doesn't necessarily align with you. There will be times that you have an idea that you think we should do, but we're going to have an idea of what we believe we ought to do, and we're going to have to go with the one we believe we ought to do because that's what brought us this far. And of course, if you start a company, you can go and start and then set it up the way you were wanting to advise us. It's not that we don't value your feedback, but we have a lot of history, substance, and data that we make our decisions from. And we just thank you all in advance so far for being open and certainly accepting of our most recent decisions. So as I say that, type in the number 2 if you're able to see my screen, to see a slideshow in the screen. That would make me very happy if you can. If you can, great. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to like shrink the screen down and go back and look. Once I know it's there and it works, I'm going to go ahead and do this. We'll get through this CEO address, okay? All right. Let me go ahead and back out. Hallelujah. You guys are cool. Oh, you can. Oh, you see me. Okay, so you couldn't see the screen. Hot diggity. I guess you could. Sometimes the sound goes off. Okay, I probably get too loud. My sound may be way too loud. Okay. All right, good deal. All right, so now you're not seeing slides. Okay, no problem. So I'm not going to use that method. Okay, that's what that means to me. I'm going to be a little sly and use a different method. Some of you can see, and I'm showing myself right now, guys, just so you know. Hello, I'm showing myself, so we're good. All right, so here's what we're going to do. A couple of things. A lot of you guys know that that I am from the United States. Juan Carlos is from Colombia, and Jatin Patel is from India. And we all have 3 different worldviews about things based on where we're from. We have a different perspective on globalization itself, and we use that as our strength. So I want you to note that when I wish you all Merry Christmas, for those of you that don't believe in such things, it's not to insult you, right? It's just to let you know that if you do follow that belief system of certainly and celebrate Christmas and the birth of Christ, well, for you and your families, Merry Christmas. If not, many people who don't believe it are involved in the shopping and all that stuff. So I want you to understand that our views on things, we don't force them down your throat. But I have no reluctancy or regret about what the foundation that I believe in, because that's what we built the company on. We built it in a biblically based model using sustainable principles that can guide us through the dark hours. And trust me, there's many dark hours. Any of you, if you know this, if you look down the pike, every year thousands of new home businesses start, and more than half of them don't make it past their 90th day. A good 70% never make it past the first 9 months. That's a reality. So if you ever want to know, if you get angry at us, I want you to understand we have a lot to do as it relates to international regulations, as it relates to what we should do from a standpoint dealing with banks, dealing with merchant providers. There's so many things that we have to do, and we just can't do a knee-jerk reaction and ruin it all. So as I present today's address to you, I want you to understand that you certainly are a priority for us. And at the same token, the company being here and being available for you all, not just 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but for a long-term sustainable model, it's important for us to make decisions based on what is best, not what just helps you out in the 11th hour. So if you understand that, type in the number 1, and I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I can thank you in advance for being here, okay? And I'm glad, I'm really glad that you were able to make it. I know during holiday times, people like shut themselves away from their business, and which is great. I have spent much of these days sleeping. I got up at 10 o'clock this morning. By 2:30, I went back to sleep. I'm going to be I'm going to be a very I'm going to be low in energy for a few weeks yet, and so I have to capitalize it. Sadly enough, I woke up no less than 2 hours ago before I got ready for this webinar because I knew I have my alarm set so I could make sure I could be here for you. But when it's over, I'm going back to bed because I have to make sure I can remain strong and be available to help run this company and the direction of where we're going. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you guys rock. Start 1 a.m. in the Netherlands. Wow. Wow, you guys rock, man. Stop making me cry. You're going to make me cry now, okay? Okay, so let's go out. Let's go and get started. If you're not seeing the screen, don't panic because I got you. All right, now, as I go back out here. So if you could see my screen, you're going to see something, and you're going to see the Ingresso Cybernetico CEO address. I'm going to go on, and I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about who we are as a company. And at the same time, I'm going to let you get to know us a little bit better. So as you take a look at my screen, note that you'll see on my left, Juan Carlos Olaya. Juan Carlos and I met some 6-7 years ago as we were, I was the leading consultant for a travel company that was in many different countries. But when we went to Colombia, I met Juan Carlos at one of the live events. He was he's an internet marketer, but was so intrigued by the model that we created for travel and how we use the internet that we met. And this guy built what we called at that time LGN University. It was a training module for helping people to use the internet and his programming team to do it. So at that time, we met, and we always said one day in the future we will work on a project together. That's where Juan Carlos comes from. He's an amazing dude. When I started Ingresso, he was not yet a partner. I hadn't yet discussed or invited him yet. But on my right, you'll see Jatin Patel. Jatin and I met quite a few years ago as just an amazing programmer. And when I brought him on, when I hired Jatin, I just hired him for some testing. My son Daniel was our leading programmer and designer up until 2012. And in 2012 is when I met Jatin Patel, when my son Daniel moved on to do his current work in the church and his current work with this company that builds hospitals called Cure, a nonprofit. I went ahead and replaced with Jatin. Jatin stepped up to the plate. And when it was after doing several projects together for my clients, I invited him to be a part of Ingresso from the beginning as the CIO and help run and manage our programmers and designers. A lot of you guys, how many of you guys don't know a lot of the story I'm telling? You just know that they're there, but you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. So that's why we're here today. I'm gonna present that to you before we actually get through our training. Get through our updates in our address. So these guys are like family. These are my brothers, right? And in our business model, we have an internet marketer on my left, one of the top, if not the top internet marketer in all of Latin America, Juan Carlos Olaya. Juan Carlos has his own products, his own stuff out there that just does an amazing job. And he is very good at what he does. I actually opted into his list and saw all the stuff that this guy sells. And I said, that's the kind of person I want as a part of Ingresso. If we're going to be able to have the impact in Latin America that we deserve to, they need to hear from someone who represents Latin America in Spanish and as an internet marketer, because it's so uncommon in Latin America to create an entire business model based on internet marketing. That's why he's there. With Jatin and I, many of you don't know this, I am also a consultant for many companies, MLM, home business, internet marketing, and so forth. And for a number of years, Jatin and I have created autoresponders, page builders, e-wallets. What else did we build? We built compensation plans of every type for many of the companies. Some of you guys either joined before or already in. We don't put our name on the front of it because it's not the right thing to do. It's important for us to create quality software, and we've been doing it for a number of years. And what's interesting is we were doing it he was doing it as an employee with me before he became my partner with Ingresso. So Ingresso was not the first compensation plan we've ever built, or the first e-wallet, the first anything. So as you look at this, understand the vision that I had was to create a company that can provide an opportunity for women, men, youngsters, or some of the seniors who want to be able to make money from home using a model that will not betray them, that will not cheat them, that will not take 99% of the money and keep it and then give back a small percentage. And it's a rare model. And in launching this model, we were heavily criticized by a lot of our counterparts, saying that that's just foolish. No one's ever going to go with that. How can the company last, right? And my question for a lot of these guys were, how can your company last when you're channeling every dime that comes through back into your own pockets? So this model is unique. Even though we're not wearing it on our sleeves, you should know that when the money comes in the door from someone joining your business and or the other things, we already have programmed in allotted ways of making sure those payments are made. And those payments are not going into new homes and cars and trucks and jets for us. Each of us have our own businesses and our own successful businesses that create our revenue. So now, why am I saying all this? Because a lot of you guys don't know this, and I am really tired of the accusations that comes through from outsiders, from some of you guys who are just very selfish and don't understand that there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and that we're not taking money from this company and patching it into our pockets. And so I'm just saying that so you guys get it. We've taken the abuse of millions of dollars in fraud from some of you guys and some of your people you bring into your teams, and we're just not going to do that anymore. You're going to see tonight that we have a model that literally we have done a great job at sealing up all the loopholes and the cracks. Before, we kept adding on and giving more ways to get paid, and it was only being done to steal more money from you guys, because you see, the money that was stolen is money that we put back into the company. You'll note 2015, without adding a lot of new products, we have more people coming in every day, and it's a lot stronger, and we don't have millions of dollars going out the back door. Now, how can this happen? You're going to see tonight how, and you're going to understand what the kind of things we're doing. So we may not be doing things in your speed or the way you like it, but the only way we can ensure a company is here is to not knee-jerk react and to act on purpose. And as we act on purpose, we are doing so in a way that will bring you more value, you and your families. So in advance, I can't thank you enough for the patience in understanding this, but you have to understand that we three guys are people too. And as we are people too, the stuff we do away from our families to make sure that you still have a company here, you have no idea. Some of you know it. Some of you have, before all the fraud stuff happened, it was not uncommon for us to be able to reach out and touch you and your families in many ways, through many different events, and also through helping out. We know some of you have autistic children. Some of you have had major catastrophes happen, and we've been able to be there with you and for you. And until to date, until we were able to seal up and stop all of the junk, the scamming, the frauding, some of you guys collecting money from members and cheating them, until we could stop all that crap, the sad truth is we spent the year sealing up the leaks, making sure that you could have a company in 2016, 17, 18, and 19. And while some of the companies you guys left to go to, some of you guys have left and gone to 2 or 3 other companies that are already out of business. You've left once, then 6 months later you go again, and when you leave and go, that company, they'll smile at you and take the money and put it in their new jet. But we were here, and we're still here for you. So here's the deal. I'm telling you this because this is our best year as it relates to paying out to members and having the fraud and stuff stopped and blocked. And because of that, we get to be a blessing as a unit. And it's not just us three guys. We've got a ton of people behind this stuff. We have our project managers, we have our support teams, our tech teams, we have our different directors of operations in different countries. We have a lot going on. And if you don't know about it, understand this. Understand this. We hear you and see you. Okay, so all that to be said, thank you for still being here. Thank you for understanding that our mission is not to have a good month. Too many companies have done that. Our job and our role and our vision is to touch every person in any country that wants to have a strong business that they can do using the internet from home. That's what we've set it up to do, and we're pleased today as we permeate through so many different geographical boundaries. And it doesn't matter if in your country, you guys, if you're in a country where everyone's fickle, every different month they join a different company, that's cool. That's your thing. But we're here for every country, not just the United States, not just Europe, not just Africa, not just India. We're here for every country where people have no other options to extend their family life, to have a better quality of life. That's what we're doing. So I trust you get that, and I thank you in advance for it. So let's move on. I think it's time for a huge congratulations. And as we congratulate, we had a lot of new members come in. We have a lot of new members who come in, and many who are not on Smart Order, but I think it's high time that we do show some great congratulations to them. So why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead and do this right now? New members. Okay, I'm going to start off and personally congratulate, because I can't say enough about people that find a way to just get moving. And the crazy thing is, we set up with our system so you can get points even if you don't even sponsor someone. Not many companies do that. So let's go take a look. You'll see Angelina Curtin, 419 points. She was the winner of our Smart Order new member contest. Cassidy lower, and Cassidy had 385 points, not far behind, in second place of our contest, our Smart Order contest. Jerry Matulik, Team Connect Give Share. I believe that's out of our group for the Netherlands. Congratulations to you. And you can, if you're seeing something blurry, you can actually just refresh if you need to, right? Just refresh, and you should be able to see it. If it's, I'm reading it off, so don't get lost. Follow me. Don't get caught up in that stuff. If you can't see it, don't panic. It's all right. All right. What I'll do is, if it's easier for you, I'll aim the camera at me. Okay. Now you don't have to worry about being blurry. I got you. Okay. So take a look. Follow what I'm telling you. I'm congratulating Jeremy Greger. Number 4, the top 4. He is number 4 of our contest in the top 10 for Smart Order new members. And this guy, he had 212 points. Jason Lyons, congratulations to you. Jason Lyons had 190 points. Number 5 in the contest. Sandra Melina Santo Molina, 152 points. Wow. In our Smart Order contest. Congratulations to you. And number 6. Number 7, Tov Samhovd. Tom Samhovd had 130 points and is number 7 in our contest. Congratulations to you. Now, interestingly enough, I'm going to go to 8, 9, and 10, and we're going to go to the general contest. Now, if you notice, if you're not on Smart Order, you can place, but you can't win anything. You can only win if you're on Smart Order. Okay? So let's go ahead and say, oh, number 7 was from Norway. Fantastic. Congrats. Now, at number 8, Janet Cecilia Moreno Abello, right? 118 points. Congratulations to you, number 8. Number 9, Carlos Hernandez. Carlos, congratulations to you at number 9 with 109 points. Now, we go down a little further. Number 10, Veronica Ramirez, 102 points. I want you guys to understand something. Many of you don't know this, but you could have more than 120 points without ever sponsoring someone. I believe you could have over 200, if I'm not mistaken, with all the ways we've given you to gain points. So keep that in mind. There are things you can do also to help add on your points. So that is the top 10 list. Number one, first place, Angelina Curtin. In second place, Cassidy Lohr. And of course, from Team Connect Give Share, Jiri Matulik, number 3. So those are the top 3 winners for that contest. Now that I said that, I'm going to go over to the general contest. This is the one for everyone, not just new members. The new member contest is for people who've been here for 30 days or less, okay? So we're going to go over there together and dance. If you don't know how to dance, just put one foot in front of the other, right? And there it goes. All right. Let's take a walk together there over there. Now, in first place, Roger McIntyre at 1701. Roger McIntyre is first place in the general contest, the Smart Order contest. Martin Morse has number 2 with 1,576 points. Number 3, and probably in the top 3 more than any other individual in 2015, Earl Cox Dream Builders with 1194. And so congratulations to you, Earl. I remember a year ago. Hey, I remember a year ago when it was just a struggle to get anyone. I mean, I remember when you were starting, man, you were persistent. You just stayed there. And then in 2015, you took over the leaderboard to be the one single-handedly the one person that's in the top 3 more than anyone. Next, Jen and Mike, number 4, the Power of 2 team. Starting, I think, in November 2013 or 12, I don't remember, 13. These guys have been in the leaderboard a ton and been some of the top producers. Some of, I remember, I think in 2014, were in the top 5 producers of the company, 6-figure generators, and congratulations to you guys. And if I think it's appropriate, I think I want to say, congratulations on your anniversary recently. Great work with 1,143 points. I'm going down further to number 5. Puri Matamoros. I'm not as good as I should be with these accents, right? Number 5 with 1,083 points. Congratulations on Smart Order as well. Congratulations, great work. And Carolina Calvo Rodriguez, congratulations to you. 728 points in number 6. Alfredo Delgado from Easy Money Team. Easy Money Team, I want to say in 2014 was a part of an elite group of people that was a multiple 6-figure earner. I want to say, was that 2014? Yeah, 14, I think. That was last year. I don't know where, I haven't looked at anybody's numbers this year, but I know last year it was over $300,000 generated. So this guy still in the top 10, 654 points. Congratulations to you, Alfredo Delgado. Going further down, Alicia Parsons. Alicia, 10 Streams team, right? 615 points. Congratulations to you at number 8. Proud of you as well. Therese, don't worry, we only have 2 more. Some of you guys like, when's he going to get the other stuff? I'm getting there. But we can't overlook. You see, companies are made up of producers, and it's made up of many other people that want to produce, and it's made up of some that are just there to shift money. And it's important to give acknowledgement through, because people, if no one produces, there is no company, right? So thank you for your patience as I get through and give personal recognition to these guys. Terjes Senarnes, guess what? Congratulations to you at 570 points at number 9. And Ernie Castellingen, I think it's from, I think it might be part of the Dutch team as well. 559 points at number 10. Congratulations to all of you and your hard work. I know personally, as in building teams over the years, it can be a lot of undivided attention away from your loved ones, undivided attention away from your families to make sure these kind of things happen. So congratulations and keep up the great work. Now that I've done that, You guys good. Congratulations. Okay, cool. All right. So here we go. As I go back to the screen, if you see it blurry, I'm reading it off, so don't panic, and you don't have to like spend a lot of time on it. Just follow along with me because it's really important. It's really important that we get through these things so you guys can know where we are and where we stand, okay? How many of you already, the background that I gave, if you were here in the beginning, giving you the background does give you a better idea and help you to understand a little bit more than you already knew, and it was helpful for you. Type in the number 1 if it was, because you know I know we don't really, we're all private people. We love our private life and enjoy that, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys know a little bit more about who you're dealing with, and that we have made a commitment long before we met you on your behalf. Okay. So cool. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and back out. We're going to dance together. All right, don't worry. If it's blurry for you, don't sweat it. That's why I'm here. Okay. Let me see if I have a way to expand and blow my screen up. Sometimes that helps. In this case, see what happens here if I do it more. That may work well. Oh, I got it now, Jack. Look out. I bet you probably can see now, Jack. Okay. As I move forward, I'm going to talk a little bit about the tipping point for this company. As we have learned over the last 18 months or so, that we cannot close both eyes. We must keep them both open. We had a great point in 2015 to where we could see more clearly what kind of ability we'll have in the future as we were able to stop and seal up the leaks that I talked about earlier. Many of you have found that it is a pain in the neck to have your, many of you have found that it is a pain in the neck to, what do you call this? Many of you found that it was a pain in the neck to deal with the, help me please, for the profiles, to have someone log in, get approvals. It's a pain in the neck for you. And I can only tell you, it is one of the best things we could have ever done. It's inconvenient for you, but what is business if it's all easy? Literally, there is so much we had planned in 2015 to do with you and could not do because so much money was stolen directly and indirectly out of the back doors by people who would create fake accounts to generate a commission and then create fake refund requests, then some using stolen credit cards, and we couldn't track them because they had fake identification, right? They had fake user profile picture. Everything was fake, so we couldn't even trace it. And so you want to make money in this company, guess what? It's no different than anywhere else in the world. You go anywhere else in the world, you want to work, they're going to ask you to make sure you are a legal person and that you have identity. And we're doing the same thing because we cannot shift millions of dollars out these doors every year without being shut down if it's not real. So if you want to get paid, you better be a real person, period. So we changed the user profile. It was a tipping point for us. We're able to do more because of that. We didn't have to keep using our own personal money to feed things because of all of the theft. So now, the tipping point was making sure that you can have proper identification. Some of you guys, after getting approved, you go back and you put up an image as your profile pic. Well, I got news for you. You want to get paid and you have a profile pic that is a sunset or a picture of your favorite car, you're not getting paid. We only pay people around here. So if you want to play that game, you got to tell you now, you're in the wrong company. Some of you thought it would be smart to create 4 or 5 accounts, right? And let those 4 or 5 accounts put you in a place in the matrix. And then whenever you want, if you need to make an extra $300 or $900 or $1,500 or $5,000, you put money into one of the fake accounts that would cause the cycle, and then after you're paid out, go back and try to get a refund and things like that. Well, none of that can happen anymore. So I'm here to tell you, those days are over. If in fact you are caught, without question or conversation, you will be blocked without the ability to ever have your account opened. you will have already told us you don't want it, and there's no way you're getting it back, right? If we don't stand up for the people in this company so that it's still here, no one's going to be able to make any money. We have to put our foot down and stop it as it is. And I'm going to tell you this. I've been doing network marketing for years, and I've never seen a company where so many people who have never even made $10,000 in a year go up and make hundreds of thousands. And I've never seen those who never even heard of a network marketing come in and make 20, 30 to 50,000 in their first year. And so if we're going to be able to keep this place here for people that live in countries where you can't even make 2,000 a year, and they can come here and do it in 1 month, and to lose it all because some people are selfish and just evil, we're not going to tolerate it. So the money games are done. If you're a part of one, you want to trick your prospects into sending you money personally, cannot happen. This was the tipping point of our company to catch this stuff. We've invested money into full-time employees. Their only job is to watch patterns and behaviors. We have programmers now that their only job is to create scripts that can track this kind of stuff. Because of it, we've been able to implement things that will protect you and give you a future company. Wow. Now, I don't know if that excites you. It excites the fire out of me because it was heartbreaking. I saw so many lives of single parents, retirees, and people's lives change because of this company, and to see it attempted to be wiped out like you wiped out other companies, not the place here. So if you're here tonight, you're part of this stuff, you might want to denounce all that junk and move forward, or definitely recognize you will be caught and gone without the ability to come back. In 2015, we had other pivoting points, which I'm happy to say that we have some who just couldn't find their way in network marketing. It's not the end of the world. Maybe everyone doesn't want to go through the learning curve of becoming a great leader and doing network marketing. Maybe they just want to make money and live with their families. I'm grateful today to tell you that I'm so happy that we built the cart decks, because we have the ability for a lot of you guys to earn that payment instantly. You have instant payments. You don't have to wait for commission day. You're selling the products and you're making the money. And for those of you who are doing it, congratulations. I actually see it. I track it. I don't get to say thank you all the time. I can only tell you that after testing the affiliate marketing, internet marketing world for a while, I knew we had to do something to give an alternative for those who don't want to build a team and they're not good at it, or they're trying and it's not working. They have an alternative. That's what we did in 2015. And we're going to be doing some enhancements and stuff for 2016 to make it even better. Now, it's not for everyone. If you have a successful model with network marketing, you don't have to do that. We just wanted to give you an alternative. E-commerce level of business. We introduced that so that you can have a way that even if you're not good at signing people up for the management level, the director level, you just can get people will gladly pay to use all those products for $25 a month, when you get to earn money from that, a residual income, and they get to use the base level of products. That was another thing that we included, and also Smart Order. In fact, so Smarter was really helpful in that, but at the same time, it helps us to separate those that are here to do business and those that are here to shift money. That helped us a lot with that. As many of you know, through the fraudulent activity, we've had hack attempts on Magic Responder, which literally helped us to really ruin our IP addresses and so forth. So while that is sitting dormant, we moved everyone over to Boost Responder and set up restrictions. Now, nobody likes restrictions, but without restrictions, we lose everything. We had to put them in there. Some of you now, you can't just write an email message without having restrictions and what kind of wording you can use and things like that, because scammers and spammers always pop up out of nowhere and they ruin it for everyone. So in order to keep an autoresponder that you can use to communicate with your list, we had to set up lots of different restrictions. We had the ability for you to import your own list. We had the ability for you to write any kind of message you want, and we asked you not to set it up where you're spamming people. And what happens? Sure enough, we find out, we get messages from email service providers saying that they are going to completely block everything that comes from our IP addresses because of the kind of crap that you guys were, not you guys, but whoever was doing was sending. Then we found out there were several who were piggybacking on with some sort of new software gimmick where they were sending out more than 2 million messages a day from our servers. Well, we halted it. We use Boost Responder to replace it. No one can do anything like that now, but unfortunately, you lose some of the autonomy that you had before. We also had some other alternatives, such as Dex webinars, to give you an easy way to promote, share, and present, so you can help grow your team. It's just a great medium. You know, you can't really grow. I mean, I watch a lot of your teams, Colombia, France, Netherlands, the US crew, different teams, the group out of the Philippines. I'm going to tell you something. If you can't unite people together, you're going to have spotty growth. And I love using webinars to unite people around the same cause. That's why we're here tonight. So let me go ahead and move on, because I don't want to keep you here tonight, all night. You got families and things to do. So as we look forward to 2016, we don't have to spend 2016 protecting ourselves. We spent all of this year doing that, protecting the future of the company. We have full-time people and systems in place now to do that. This year, we're working to enhance the performance. We're going to do that with add-ons and updates, right? Functionality and different add-on and features. We also are going to continue with the compliance requirements that we have in Colombia, where our headquarters are, in order to be able to serve the world properly, and also within the countries that we serve in. And we want to keep the products and services as the forefront of this company and not the money. If you guys don't know this, I'm going to help you out. The companies that use the money as the lead off of why their company is strong, unfortunately, become the targets for the governments in which regulate them. We must lead off with value, not with money, not with promise. Products and services are what we're about. Then, of course, while you're here, you can also make money. Any other message is not accurate. It's not our vision, maybe yours. Yes, we've got people that make good money. We pay out a truckload every single week. But I'm going to tell you something. That's not a strong enough lead off. See, we know that a quality of life can change because of money for a day, right? We know that. But we know that if you build it on substance, it can change for a long time, and money can be a byproduct. We love the idea of money being the byproduct rather than the lead off. That's our goal. So some other things we're planning on doing is scheduling and having some live events. Now, many of you know, I already mentioned it, I'm going through treatments right now in South Florida. I have about 12 to 14 weeks. I just found out yesterday of time that I have to go through this. But we are planning at a minimum of 2. We've already had several this year. And thank God for my business partners, because they can go to those and I cannot. So the idea is in 2016, I know that we have, we're going to be doing it in our now listen, we have to be smart as a company and do this in a way that works for all involved. It's got to work for the company too, because to invest and put that kind of, let me go ahead and do this here. So what we're doing is we are working to put together a good model for based on the growth in that specific area. You know, network marketing companies, it takes a ton of money to take and shift things in an area for an event. I could say the ones we've had in the United States, easily $100,000, $150,000. If you go in an area where no one's there and no one's working, it doesn't make sense. So we like to do the events where the activities are happening. So I know that we have on our schedule, we're looking to set things up and playing in the Netherlands. By the way, how many of you are here from the Netherlands? Type in the number 2 if you're here from the Netherlands group. We already have some that go on in Colombia, and I don't know the other areas. I'm just going off the top of my head. So if I didn't mention your area, trust me, we want to work to get to each. But what drives the direction of these type of events is the work that is coming from that area. Got that? So it's what's going on and the commitment level. It's shown in production, not in words. So I know if we could, we have the heart for it. If we would be everywhere at the same time if we could, but it's not practical. So, oh, Norway. Okay, well, Norway is that's still close. I mean, you guys are all close, so we get an opportunity to do satellite things when we're there. So, cool stuff. Now, that doesn't mean we're not still going to do things everywhere, but we have to make sure geographically is a good fit, so we can support as many people at one time with that as possible. Good stuff. Now, I got to go back because I don't want to keep you here all night. It is holiday time, and I want you to have your families, but I need you to understand the direction. Now, we're doing some product add-ons coming up. What I mean by add-on, we're going to add on to our current products and not introduce new ones. We're right in the first Q1 and Q2. So we're adding our newly tested drag and drop technology. If you notice in IC Marketing Funnels or Dex Page Pro, you can't really create a funnel that will be directed and redirected with your things in it. You just kind of relink things, which is good, but we're adding dynamic funneling. We're also going to be adding in replacing the current templates with more modern templates inside of the system. And I don't know how many of you have memberships, but we create a lot. I mean, memberships is a way you can create a lot of money, anywhere from a few $100,000 to more than $1 million a year with membership sites. And it's hard to do if you don't have drip content. So one of the things we're doing is we're adding in the drip content calendar timer. So if you're using that to train people or using your membership suite to do things like that, you can actually set it all up a year in advance and have it happen automatically. We also are going to return the marketplace. We removed the marketplace from Membership Suite Plus originally because people had pictures that were stretched and it was unattractive. Some people created courses that were unacceptable. We won't ever allow things like pornography. We won't allow things that are used that are derogatory to one group or another. We're just not going to allow things like that in our marketplace. So we're going to bring it back, but we're going to have an approval process. There's another thing there. Hallelujah. Oh, here we go. But as I get ready to come back to the screen, I want to go over something with you. We have new member guideline updates that will take place as of January 2016. And it will affect everyone who is a part of the company. So if in fact you open your business, let's say you open a restaurant and you don't pay your electric bill, you don't pay the mortgage or any of that stuff, in 4 months, you're not going to have it anymore. And we're not going to become your room for rent here. So if you want to be here, you will actually pay for things so they can happen. And by the way, this is good for each of you here, because if people are paying, it's going to pay you in the residual income. Here's where some of your incomes went down. People thought this Ingresso is just going to be there for the rest of my life, so I'm going to play with it. If someone is not paid up at least 4 months in a row, I mean, if they're not paying for if someone misses 4 months, their business is closed. They could use products because they bought those. But as far as doing the business and cycling or any of that stuff, getting money, not going to happen. Permanently closed. You have told us and yourself how important this business is for you. If in fact you could still buy cigarettes and you can still pay your cable bill and do things like that and not pay for your business, you don't deserve to have a business. Period. There you go. No apology there. Now, as of the first January 2016, rather, here are some changes that are going to affect all new President's Circle members. This will affect all new President's Circle members, A and B. Ready? A and B, if a new person comes to the President's Circle, they will require 5 new President's Circle subscribers to earn a $500 bonus. If, in fact, they subscribe anyone to a $300 level or higher, it will take 7 of those to create $500. Now, all users of the President's Circle, old and new, can earn up to a maximum of $2,500, period. We are going to take and continue to build upon this company with the revenue that it earns And don't worry, you don't have anything to worry about. There is less than, I mean, the people that have earned, who were earning like 12,000 a month in this, they're already on to another company anyway. Here's a shocker for you guys. Let me go ahead out here. I'm going to say something. How many of you would like to be shocked? I want to shock you guys. I'm going to show you, teach you something about human behavior. How many of you would love for me to shock you with some data? This will shock you. If you'd like to, type in number 1, because I'm going to do it. I just don't want to do it without your permission. I don't want to do it without your permission. May I please shock you with a little data? And by the way, before I give you this, the changes that we're bringing are going to be better for you. These people who are using Ingresso Cibernetico as a good luck charm, they are robbing you from your long-term residual income. They're robbing circle money and all that stuff. And the changes are put in to help in the human behavior. Do you know that the people who've come to this company, not all of them, but I'd say 70% who have never earned even 20,000 in another company, that have earned 50 or more thousand from here, would you believe that still for you, Dan? I just see it, I recognize it. And would you literally leave something that is paying out unlimited car bonus, paying out tens of thousands of dollars with no caps, paying from fast start, entrepreneur level bonuses, and they go to a company where it's $50 to $150 a month in auto-ship, and they work and scrim only to receive a plaque or two, but no money, not much at all, $300, $400, $500. It's a shocker. I've seen it happen over and over and over. Some of you have seen it too, every single year. Every year. But when it gets down to it, when the hustle comes in, they say, wait a minute, I got a place over there called Ingresso Cibernetico. I'm going to go over there because I know that it's Christmas time. I can work hard. I bet you I can earn $4,500 real quick. We have become a good luck charm to most marketers, most people that have earned a decent living and never done it anywhere else. They have not used this as their shotgun. They literally have used it as a what would I want to call it? A good luck charm. And the result is that it opens the door for many of you now to rise to the ranks. But I'm going to tell you something. It is harder for a new place, or starting over in the same place or a new place, than it is to just put your foot to the grindstone and continue on. Very difficult. So I tell you that to encourage you. That data, don't let the money change your thinking. Don't let it change and alter your ability to make a good decision. You might be mistaken and think the reason you're making so much money is because you're the hottest thing since sliced bread. You may not realize that you couldn't possibly make that kind of money unless the owners over here gave up their income so that you can make it all. So you go off to another company thinking it's going to happen, and I got some news for you. It's not going to. I've seen it. I'm not exaggerating. You guys have to try not mislead you. It is how if you go back to the YouTube channel and watch the webinars, you will hear this same message over and over again. It makes no sense. If you can make 200,000 here and you can't even scringe out 20 or 30,000 over there, what in the world did you do? Now you're in the hustle. Now you got, if you come back here, you have to start over. If you go to a new place, you have to start over. And now what happens? You ruin, you wreck a following of people that trusted you and gave up their learn from the data. Numbers don't lie, people do. So I'm going to tell you that in advance. Get it together. Don't see people throw hundreds of thousands of dollars down the drain thinking they make so much money is because they're just the hottest thing since sliced bread. And what happens? they realize I jumped out of that boat. Now I'm in this boat. Yikes. If I go back to that boat, I have to start over. If I stay here, I have to start. Oh, gosh, what am I going to do? You don't have to get there. If you find things, no, you work. You build it. It's your business. This is not an employment situation. Build it. Work with your leaders. Work with your upline to build something that's strong and lasting. Don't flip-flop. Don't a wavering dish rag off of something. I got a little excited, so I had to share that. I'm going to come back, get back down to business here now. So let me go ahead and finish up so we can get you to your families. All right. So if you have been with Ingresso and you already are a Present Circle member, A and B will not apply. You could still do 3, right? You can still bring in 3 people and earn the $500 for the Present. Bring 5 people in at the $300 level or higher, but you will have a cap of $2,500. Don't worry, if you've never done it before, you're not losing any money. You never made $2,500 in Carbonas anyway, right? So don't start panicking, getting all scared, because there's no, you find to come out to earn it that way without doing it 3 behind it. So you still are up and above everyone else. Let me move on. Hallelujah. Let me do this one. So let's go ahead and take a look at security. You guys rock and roll. You guys, okay. Present to everyone. Okay, here we go. Ready? Let's do this. All users are now required to have profile pictures. If you want to be paid, here we go. Anyone else, the members of this company, we're not, that door closed. Oh my goodness. Can you hear me okay, guys? I trust you. Can you hear me all right? If you can hear me okay, type it in. Can you hear me okay? All right. Okay. I trust so. All right. Let me see. All right. So what we're going to do now, let me see if I can get back to here. You're presenting to everyone. I'm going to stop. Audio only. All right. There we go. I trust you guys can hear me okay? All right. I trust. Hello. Poo Poo Bear. Hello. Here by myself.